everyone, and welcome to another episode of Century Countess. Today is a chill video. We are going to share some fun things today, so no makeup because we are going to be doing some more videos today, or recording some videos today, so we have a blank canvas. But I have some fun things. First, we're going to talk about hair. So as you guys know, I have been coloring my hair, and I've also been working on new hair growth. When I was very young, I bleached my scalp, didn't know what I was doing, and I had something called, I forget the fancy medical name, but it's called follicle damage. It's where you still have follicles in your head, but they're not growing properly or something, and so you have mostly ingrown hairs, so a lot of pimpling. So we've been doing a lot to try to get that growth to happen. We have, and unfortunately, most of it has been kind of like very thin on one side and thick on the other, so it literally looks like somebody kind of ran the clippers through my hair and they just made a little bald patch, which looks horrible, but I trimmed it and you can't really tell. And I also like the wide forehead look anyway, plus it gives me better options for wigs. So I kind of like that, plus I was going to have to do it anyway, because look guys, we have the tower, literally, the tower is coming back. It's not fully, I can put my hair up in pink ponytails now in the back if I want to, but we can start trying to kind of encourage the tower to come back. But yeah, I like how my hair looks now. Now on to the fun part. So, I forgot my age. I forgot how old I was. You want to know why? I thought I was a year older than I am. So I wasn't too far off, but I was far off that I basically thought I was close to 40 more than I thought I was. This is why I don't think about my age. However, lately there has been some medical updates that I've had to do, and I had to kind of remember my age, and there was this person that called me that represented my insurance company, and they addressed me as somebody that was 37. Yes, I thought they were wrong, and I said, no, unfortunately, I like the idea that you say that I'm 37, but unfortunately I'm 38. I was the one wrong. They were right, because it kept playing in my head. I'm like, okay, let me just double check. So I calculated, date of age with today's year, and it came up 37. So I'm 37. Yay! I am 37. I am not 38. I thought I was 38. I thought next year I was going to be 39, and I was going to be kissing my 30s goodbye at 2027. Nope. I'll be kissing them goodbye at 2028. Now, for those of you who have been wanting the Frika update, so Frika has been having trouble getting her actual costume, and the reason why is thanks to Mr. Cheeto and his lovely tariffs, because some of the stuff that I need to get for my supplies, like doll making stuff, other fancy supplies that are cheap overseas and ridiculous prices here, they are now charging tariffs. And from what eBay said, tariff prices, from what I was reading, and I was going further, I would, let's say I found something that was $5, which would come up to $6.25 after tax and everything. Well, then you have to pay the tariff bill because it's overseas, which could estimate up to $10 to $30. Long dramatic pause. That's not happening. That is not happening. We are out of soda, so we are turning them into water bottles. But have you guys? I'm going off subject for a moment. But have you guys noticed that when you're sick and you're not feeling too well and you got like a little bit of cold, for some reason, more caffeinated beverages like soda. I prefer diet soda because it's not going to put pounds on you. At least as far as I know, it's only like 0 calories. So, but you never know these days. But anyway, I digress. Have you noticed that your body seems to crave caffeinated drinks? It seems to be great for your throat. I've noticed that, and I've just been living on caffeinated beverages. Diet, of course. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so Freaka has had one hell of an adventure thanks to Cheeto tariffs, as we'll call them. So it hasn't been easy to get the actual costume thing. Fortunately, Temu had it. However, the package was lost. And then right when I requested the refund because it was lost for 2 weeks, no updates, no nothing. It was almost week 3, so I'm like, you know what, F it. Let's refund. They refunded me quickly, by the way, because they offered expedient refund, whatever that is. Refunded. Then, as I predicted, the shipping updated itself. Fortunately, when Temu's policy, when an item is disappears, etc., and it hasn't been updated for a while, and they approve the refund, everything's fine and dandy. Plus, the item that I got was discontinued on their store. Yada yada yada. Store also vanished. Anyway, long story short, with all those policies, basically in their thing, it says, after this and after that, even if the item is delivered, you can keep it. So, we basically got our money back, so we have a free item. There is a flaw with it, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work because I'm holding it up, and you can't really see it. So, I think we can make it work. We're going to have to make it work. Hold on, let me hold it up properly just to see. Yeah, we can make it work because on the image didn't have any ridge designs. However, it has ridges. So it's not solid, it's not a solid matte. As it said, it has ridge designs. But I think, well, no, we can't. I was going to say that we can run it through an iron, but that probably won't do it because I already can tell that that's not going to do much. But we'll make it work because when I do my character Freaka portrayals, it will be from this distance. So I don't think, no, you can't really pick up the ridges. At least from how my camera is filming, you can't really pick up the ridges. So yeah, we have the outfit that we're going to turn into Freaka's mummy outfit. We're just going to paint on the bandage designs with some black paint or something. Add strips of fabric to add to the bandages. We're going to put it on a dress form and that should do it. So yeah, Freaka's actual costume is finally coming and we couldn't be happier. So let's see. When we I think it might go past the hand, so that's a good thing. We can add a little finger hole thing, but that's a whole other thing. Now on to more sewing projects. Amidalla's costume fully finished finally. My friend is working on their costume. You probably saw them Awkwardly Gothy when I was on a live stream with my friend Awkwardly Gothy. They were doing their headpiece for their costume. My drag sister is coming back from Colorado near the end, I want to say October 18th. I could be wrong, but it's somewhere around there. They're going to be coming with us on Halloween, and they're going to be doing a mushroom costume. So we are working on their costume as well, and it is an interesting process because it's a unique style of sleeve. These sleeves are beautiful, but I hate them. So And the one thing that makes it harder is the white material that we're using for the inseam, well, the outseam, I should say. It's a sheet, so it's more flimsy, and it's better for mock-ups, but not, it's better for mock-ups, but so this is the first time I'm using it for an actual main garment. I normally like to also, if I use them for a main garment, they're normally the inseam, but this time it's the outseam. So it's been very interesting. I already completed one. There goes my stubborn stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to reveal it online because I want my friend to be, my drag sister, to be surprised when she comes home and she sees her costume. So it's a surprise. But my friend Chunky Avocado and I want her to feel special. So we're putting a lot of love in this costume as we make it. I will be needing to go on an adventure for white sewing thread because I am going to be putting in my first crotch zipper, and that item is white, and we need white thread for that because any color thread on white doesn't work well. So we need to get white thread. But the project that we're doing at hand, we don't really need to use white thread because it will be hidden because it's an inside out thing and you won't see it unless you stretch it, and that doesn't involve, that's a thing of the garment that you won't be stretching out. So and plus it's near a pattern area, so the color blends with the colored part of the material. So it's an easy getaway, but white on white, you can't do it. You can't do a different color thread on white on white. White on busy colors, yes. White on white, you can't. So we are on a quest for white thread sometime this week. Possibly payday because let's just face it, we only have $3 in our account. So, and there's some sewing places that sell thread for under $3, but then after tax, it's like beyond past our budget. So, hopefully Thursday we shall have money in our account. Soonest would be Friday. Fingers crossed sooner. Tomorrow, our mandatory meetings have started up again. How fun. Not fun. We shall see what's going on. Fortunately, it's not going to be 3 hours, not even 2. It's just going to be a half an hour. Hopefully quick, and hopefully there's people who are not going to be wanting questionnaire because questionnaire makes it longer. But I think restrictions with renovated rooms and mean, if you have questions, ask after. So hopefully it doesn't prolong. I just want to get in there, hear what needs to be heard, and get out of there. I don't want to talk, days like that, I don't want to talk to anybody. Also, we have a clinician update. Someone's supposed to call me. Someone is supposed to call me. I think their name is Sarah. They're the person that's in charge of arranging clinicians. I spoke with somebody yesterday. I told them, it's like, look, I called somebody last Monday, yada yada. They said to wait a week and to call back. And they tried to get a hold of this person called Sarah. They were not answering, so they're out of their office. So I was told that I probably would get a call back. Haven't got a call back. It's only Tuesday though, so we shall see what happens this week. I just hope, I seriously hope, and this is my luck, they will end up calling me during the time of the meeting and I will not be able to answer. So fingers crossed that it hasn't. If anything, at least let them call me Thursday or a Friday because and then if I haven't mentioned, rent has finally been paid. I'm not going to go into the detail of when I updated the staff, because they kind of mentioned basically saying that if I heard right, it was my bank's fault that it wasn't being cashed. So I don't know what that means, because I've had my bank for a good few years now and I've been paying with check. So I don't know why this month, but anyway, I'm just burnt out, so I'm not going to go into it. I think they were just saying, they didn't want to basically say it was their fault, so they had to come up with some, it's like nothing's, I'm not going to go into that because it's going to go into a rant. Doll projects. Okay, so we are getting ready to do a doll project. There has been some people who mentioned, I want to say it was in a live stream, and then there were one or two people who made a comment that they want to see a doll tour. And that will be done probably within a few months, because one, we are rearranging, and what I mean by rearranging, we are moving some dolls into storage and bringing out other dolls. So we want to get the displays nice and ready so they're presentable, because right now they're bare. At least some of them are bare. But what we're going to do is we're going to do something with our Chromebook, because that's how we're filming big, good videos now, because it's more clear. Speaking of that, we are looking into a camera. It's on Amazon, decently priced. I've been looking for ones where you can record and then plug it into your Chromebook and then somehow transfer what you're filming into your Chromebook. So that will make it easy. So we're gonna, if we do decide on that camera, we are gonna purchase it. We're gonna do some tests, see how it works. Fingers crossed I do not drop it, because with my luck I'll drop it. I did have one alternative camera that would do wonders, but big eye roll, we've had some complications, and that's a whole other story. Let's just say it wasn't my fault, and it's a Reddit story. Let's just say, if I want to talk about it, it's a Reddit story. It's a Reddit story. That's the best way to describe it. It's a Reddit story, it's anyway. That camera is gone, unfortunately. Special photos, really special photos, like sentimental photos, are gone. The person who's responsible for it does not care, because their brain is far gone. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say what their status with me is right now. I'm not even going to reveal their gender. All I can tell you is that never again. Never again. There will be more videos from Tales of the Circus Lounge, or Themes of the Circus Lounge, and yes, if you've already seen it, we will be including Mr. Bubbles. He was once the staff that I used in my clown videos, where I was fully in fancy gesture themed outfits with my little staff and I was holding it. He is now the new staff, so he's the clown staff basically. So he will be part of the Circus Lounge, or whenever I'm in full regalia of clown goth aesthetic. So yeah, it's almost 20 minutes in this video. I hope you enjoyed. It's a little short. We have some other videos we got to get ready for, so I'm going to wash my face in some facial wipes to get kind of like the grease and the sweat off my face, so we can start dabbling with makeup, get into character for some skits that we're working on today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.